money cover the public give to all that thing them where they happen all about inside salon. Where they break down the program today, me name like Ibrahim Samoa and the journal for the program to the company.
David Agaba Fambu, good morning. Inside the program today, Fambu, we get sense for we come out from Nathaniel Johnson, tap na action speak na Watalo. He say, fall white, he white. Now the program this morning, we go for talk to the Guma Valley Water Company as they say they don't dey carry on with meter system, different parts na the country, and that's not for where man na for they able for get our water so that they able for ship am to other side and we know they get water na the country, now especially na Freetown. The person wey dey team up, one of the person wey dey team up for the bar association, we don forward say because of dem don postpone the bar election, that mean to say the opportunity for dey now for dem one dem wey no be register or wey no be pay the subscription fee for the election for go pay am. Well, the according to the notice wey the current executive bin pull say dem go only work with that list of people dem wey bin don pay, but one of the candidates dem wey team up for the election wey na Martina don talk say dem suppose for allow other people dem for come pay dem fees dem. Now the program also we go talk to the Disability Commission as they don put stronger policy for accessibility, inclusion, and other kind facility where the people them where they live with disability for enjoy. As we don begin for talk about the National Town Hall meeting na Makeni Usai President Bioge for go dey and talk with people them that side. And in fact, the whole country we also talk to the Ministry of Information and Civic Education concerning the final preparation dem, the final touches wey dem don dey put to all these big arrangements. And we hear voice of people dem na Tonkolili district as the Ministry of Local Government and Community Affairs bin don put word say the paramount chief that side dey wey be dey na paramount chief Alimami Sori the second of Katenke of Konike Barina Chiefdom Tonkolili district dem don pull power na and wetin people dem think of that one na the district we also get for Fenot. This and plenty other tori dey for you. You go add voice and comment to 034 100 444 034 100 444 or you send am na our Facebook live stream page. Outside we go get opportunity for see am and pull am for make lady guest them make comments on them particular text message and the same way. So you want for listen to a repeat of morning coffee, do that way you tune to Universal Radio 98.9 Monday to Friday 8 o'clock na net, or you go to we Facebook live stream page when na SLBC Radio 99.9 FM on Facebook.
Well, for first story this morning, we go inside Tonkolili district. People will remember say this behind 10. Monica will interview the Minister of Local Government. We inside that interview, they talk say the ministry don't pull one public notice, which will for say they don't pull the paramount chief Alumami Sugi, the second Teneke of Teneke Brenna Chiefdom inside Tonkolili district. Well, this according to the minister, it be saying from one order we get from the court. But in the company, we na Mahmoud Ibrahim Tagawali, we go work at the chiefdom to go talk to people then within the makeup of this fully done fully chief. Now that chiefdom day.
Gladi, as the people of Gladi, even though the family of the paramount chief no happy, but like other people in the chiefdom receive the news in good faith, and of course we really sound the voice of the people according to the people we talk to, they tell we say they're happy, even though they don't take and say the news where they receive na reality because
yeah, before they reach to the news if they guarantee them or not, why the people express happiness over this decision while other people will consider say then for only stand by the paramount chief, why they happy?
Well, of course, the best thing where people they tell me that when they feel happy, they say since we the crown the Paramount Chief 2010 up to date, there not see no developmental area in the side of the Paramount Chief where you come na the chiefdom headquarter. You know, feel Alexis na chiefdom headquarter, and of course they say most of the land. One thing, you know, Konkebarina chiefdom is surrounded by mining and mining activities people they do. According to people, they say most of the land where then people are then they get survival at the end of the day where Chinese they come in at the chiefdom, they find out the Paramount Chief and other people they connive for key, then land and they to the Chinese people then they work. And of course, when you look at the educational system at the chiefdom, according to the people who they talk to, they say it below compared to other chiefdom them, and also in the area of entertainment towards the youth them, they compare Konkebarina to the likes of Matutuka and Matingbi. You find out Matingbi and Matutuka because now they never chiefdom now they for Konkebarina chiefdom. You find out that two chiefdom then they cut a towns them way then two chiefdom then they develop past Konkebarina chiefdom. So all of them things and the people they look at them say the Paramount Chief not developmental and since when they crown they don't see that line of action there to the Paramount Chief for people able to come in and make a change now the chiefdom headquarters. They not they talk about the chiefdom, but the chiefdom headquarters. So now some of the things and the way people they point at and then they hear it as they say if then you say the Paramount Chief they like today governments don't pull them. So in the so they outside they welcome the news and it's very good news to them. So that are the reason why make people be glad to Suleiman. Even though the other people where they part of the Paramount Chief they not receive the news in good faith at all.
All right, and initially also the travel talks even this don't break out, people are still they we not sure or we not believe. What's happened?
But of course, Paris for one thing, since where they crown the Paramount Chief 2010, 2011, from the election, after the election, people go on a court and petition the results, say the election not credible, malpractice take place during the election. So then go for go on a court where one candidate will be stand, when by the name of Mr. Bugaksin Kanu, he take this matter go to a court. Is then people they receive information. The information say the Paramount Chief they don't win them in a court. The Paramount Chief they don't pull them. But the information they come at the end of the day, the information whether they can't tell them not so it happen. So for a very long time where this fear they happen. So this time around, if they see documents from government and they read information from government, they don't pull the Paramount Chief. According to the people, they say the government people
that's my company. Mahmoud Ibn Tagawalo, we talk to people them na Tokolele district we just to do the removal of the paramount chief of that part of that country. Then we now want to go inside Kenema district the wages and compensation commission. Then we don't hold one public engagement with public servants and other stakeholders inside Kenema district. So when they go tell them the work of the commission and some of the things and so far they don't put in place. The people they work for government. Then we hold this workshop here. So then we get the team say promoting fair, equitable and sustainable compensation now the public service. But for talk more on that engagement day, we get on the line Safa Moriba, we be there among journalists themselves with the inside that engagement. They will give more updates on the issues and we then discuss. Good morning, Safa, and welcome to the program. Yes, we see the commission will engage people inside Kenema district. So take me through some of the things that we will discuss inside our meeting. Also, Safa, some of the concern also who managing the model for government. Besides the salary, they look at other condition them where they feel themselves for benefit as compared to other people who they work now the private sector. Then discuss that there all. Okay. One for thank you, then I'm companies of but we will do updates as the commission, the Wages and Compensation Commission, is say they told the country and for tell people about the work and self which are the benefits of the commission. Then we did Kenema is say this morning then go then above when they go engage people above also about the commission.
All right, we go carry our studio now for start for talk so we get them inside today program. We don't get them, we don't come, but we go start with one of what we headlines them. We go see one of the candidates way for Tima for the by-election Martina Beno Igbena. We don't pull one press release society talk say then concern about the way and manner how the current executive maintain a position say only member them wey dem don pay for the conference and annual general subscription before that date or by that date wey na be May 29 na dem go able for go through the AGM. Say dem concern that one dey say because now the date don push from that June wey dem for go to end of July wey na July 31st and then go dey the same way so August 1. So because that they don't push now, that means to say for give allowance to other people and we get interest for making then safe come on board for making them get opportunity for make them be part of the AGM. However, one civil society organization where almost don't they add more than this from the term where the issue don't can the public now the civil rights coalition where we get Alfonso Manley we been done they suggest this long before and we deal with we now at the studio. Good morning, Alfonso.
Yeah, good morning, my family owner. Good morning.
All right, now we don't see this don't come out from one of the candidates them Winner Martina.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm glad the way you say I be done they suggest this long ago. And not only this no more, I said them for display delegates list long before the elections. Imagine if now inside the hall now people then go, this no say I for vote, this no say I not for vote. Now confusion. Firstly, I want for appeal to Madam Tuma led executive. Of course, then tenure don't do. For say you get the onus for conduct credible, free, fair, and inclusive election. This will be done stated very clearly in them program they hold on the kind of other media institution there. We say the date will be put when on May 29 for the cutoff point of people they will for go pay. Now because that election they be for fall on the 5th and 6th of June. If without consultation, you don't change that date, say, you don't send an out to July 31st and August 1st. Me found them on listen, it's but fits that you allow you company lawyers then, they don't say capital though. You company lawyers them for go pay and be voted for. Firstly, I want let people they know say election, not to the day for the election in the giga. Now the pre-election phase they lay the platform. How? The first hall where Madam Tuma Jabigo rents, they say that hall they take about 500 to 600 people. And I say talk more. But when you go check the one that we don't pay, it's over the 1,000. And you fully know you don't tell where they are bar association. For no say this association na pass 2,000. For the mere fact you go rent all, when about 500 people they take, and they show say something is hidden. Whether they can't light, you hastily you say no, I will postpone the election for logistic business. You begin reason. If you don't postpone this election, the Attorney General get calls for remind you say that the feedback cancellation. National Investment Board self-cancel. Other institutions don't call you say no, get dates for election. You don't get dates, and this date you get for election where you don't announce. Wait under July 31st and August 1. So if you allow other for go pay. But deliberate say you know one do we don't get popular as we don't carry complaint to it. So he points out you don't also see a press release from last week, Madam Davida. You know, say I don't tell you say this issue of lawyers and they complain we not they agree for campaign. I make a glad you say don't tell what they talk about this. So I want for appeal and I want for assure all lawyers as long as you willing for go pay. They don't prevent you for go pay. I want for assure you say the vote.
How?
When now they try for talk
Then at
to,
the executive.
now they try for talk to. This election, no, they left Fale be legal Kenemayo. At all. I don't state very clearly. For say, we go ensure say this election will be transparent, it be free, it be credible, it be inclusive. This they say bar association, the membership of bar association, now lawyers there. And you don't put a cut-off date. You postpone the election for more than a month now. Simply, if you want peace, you want tranquility, and now you company for go register. If you get confidence, say you win. Why you want for prevent certain lawyers them for go register? This is unacceptable. We firstly they call on the Attorney General and Minister of Justice for as titular head of the bar for continuing for look into this process. We want for call on the National Investment Board for look into this process. This executive, this outgoing executive, they do so. They outside the mandate of the vets and company lawyers for votes.
When we talk to the public relations person at the bar association, the reason the way Iggy say that they will maintain that list they will already be done pay was that if you are a bar member, you suppose for no say you suppose for don't pay towards that AGM. So if issues happen along the line, you for be don't adhere to that first registration and payment of your subscription period. So not so because they extend and now let's say you want for CAM, because that in the first place you don't mean already show interest in the initial stage.
Very good. I want to remember say we be don't take position for talk to the one that we feel this gone to. Listen, we be don't take position for appeal because the bar we all know say sharply divided. So it points out one organization, one association below issue out a press release say no go take part. But in that press release, they talk say anybody will feel say he want go participate in this election, let it go. So we not appeal to the one and the. We don't say for them we get bar where the public wants. We will all go there together. Where this divide on a divide so they tell on our integrity. If they tell on this noble institution where people they don't take years don't build, we don't get reputation. When they go down the drain, so we don't intervene for them, talk to them one day, and they don't listen to we. Most of them say, okay, because of peace, because of unity, even though we not be recognized as executive, because of how the election will be in Kenema, and how this current president failed for bringing them together, how he failed for ensure say in colleagues the local work as one. When the 2020 election done, we don't talk about the impasse wey be there between SLP and APC. They resolve am. The APC dey na parliament so, the APC dey na council so. President Biono say no, me na the president, and they hold me ground, whether you go parliament or not, I get majority. You know do that day. He know say the role of the opposition very critical in governance. And then they govern so. They all both the ruling party and the opposition. Now, if we don't talk to the one and the lawyers don't really say, okay, we all they come together now. When a critical role will play, will not be easy for them to able to talk to some of them one and they don't agree. Don't that date say when I be the May 29, now for June 5 and 6 election. You don't shift time to more than 1 month. And no run up precluding for say, you know what, adjust that date for other people they can't pay. Now me say one confusion at this election. What they call on state apparatus them? The NIB, the Attorney General, for looking into these issues. But what we sabi, as long as you are a lawyer, you go inside that all that day, they want for tell Madam Tuma this. And while they send this recording to her, for say any lawyer another election they vote. There is no lawyer way go prevent for them no vote. That means we don't take with time, we don't can talk to you as possible for listening, we don't take with time, we don't take say the bar be divided, we will kind side, we don't talk to lawyers, they don't agree, say okay, then go accept and say yes, then they can vote. It don't get no rights for prevent them.
But already now they don't pull notice them say they no extent for any oppositor do to go pay the dues and other thing.
Then now Ghana they say they no get rights for do. How they be postpone this election? Still they die. When the AG cancer say no, let date say FIBA cancellation. All of a sudden they count a date, far date. You say self that human face for your colleagues them for long now they are swan. You want for further divide the bar in Madam Gentle Kamara. You want for further divide the bar. This way they do, you know, they bring unity among lawyers them. This way they bring the drag on a profession to the mud. We don't get no reason for going inside a slash election. so credible, so peaceful, so transparent. Una procedure dem so clear. We no get reason for go inside the mental and dental association the election. Na only lawyers dem una noble people dem wey for know how for conduct themselves because always dem dey argue it out na court. Now na dey bring una own business here na the public. No make we sef kind side for talk to the lawyers there. That na one. Number two, we also be don advise am say elections for let free, fair, and transparent. Who that for take part for this una AGM because na elective AGM? Make sure say you publish this list because the press list wey be put you talk about arrears. What if person don go pay for 2026? E go inside that hall, you go tell am say get arrears. E go end well? No be realistic. So for prevent all that thing, now make we kind side we dey talk to the public. We dey talk to the public. We don't ever take position say we support these candidates. We only dey discuss on the process wey for lead to free, fair, transparent, inclusive, and credible election. Na that day we dey discuss. And we don talk the critical role wey bar association dey play. Where if dem divided, that role lead to me say dem go disadvantage me. In the SLBC also as sidon. In the board, composition of the board, the bar association get representative dey. If any lawyer dey will get them competence then skills for represent that association in this board. But if that lawyer they not dey part of the bar, we believe say e no dey support that executive, they not kind the right way. E dey out. You go can put person for represent the bar na SLBC where they talk on your voice, my voice. We no go get the right representation. Now make it necessary for let the bar be united. Some people don't take strain. Don't go beg boku lawyers them. They all go attest to that. The other one na publicly a beggar. Now Slick TV appeal to them. Now you tell me say okay, the press issue the issue. They not say no they vote at all. The association take that position, but they say any of their member we believe say they want for go take part. And boku want for go take part. So we no go allow under this democratic governance so they now 21st century. Where for governance so transparent, if also inclusive, for then you one grain put a spanner to a host of lawyers there, hundreds of lawyers there for sending the votes. It can never happen. Never know that happen.
Alfonso, one critical discussion about who don't see is gonna at the institution now that when they call for a debate. Now one part the candidate say you know see no reason for go for a debate.
You not say no see no reason. I read the press release. If you want for organize debates for candidates them, you for inform them. You the one way for organize the debates for approach both parties and say I want organize debates now so tell. What if you not approach and they too you go put together all the assignments? When you say debates, then get forget the internal consultation, then get for plan, then get forget strategy, how for approach or answer question them. Not to one person no more, now one person they go pan the debates. But wait till they go debates, they all get for consult among themselves. So lawyers then they upline, so then they now far districts, then they work there. So if you get forget debates, una all they agree to the dates, then una agree say we forget debates. So that they press release talk. You not talk say no willing for debate, so now the process when they go about. You see, now make they tell you say election where OPI went by election. Not to election get 3 cycle. You get the pre, during, and post. This pre-election, if you know OPI well, now that stage that they set for rig the election, for make confusion come. Now that don't want prevent. Now make we don't talk, say publish this delegates list. Long ago,
All right,
SLBC now. I said the one that we not register it because you don't shift these dates. I can propose it, I appeal. I say and allow them, let them pay seamlessly and go for the AGM. We go bring peace, we go bring unity, we go make the bar united. But if you dey further do something for divide the company lawyers there, you know how let them go vote. I want for assure you for say all their lawyer them we willing for votes. I dey tell you with all authority, say that day they vote. Nothing no they make them no vote. Now how they talk.
Let's stop them.
I say that they know they be. Their lawyer they were willing for go vote. And they repeat.
Doing a CSO, doing
I
a
say
CSO, they will say this na lawyer business.
I say I don't tell you the implication what they get. You know the legal and general counsel. You understand the whole way they get. Then they deal with rule of law, access to justice. Then they monitor the lawyer, then they code and conduct. I don't tell you the kind prestige institution where they be noble institution. We not dey allow nobody for drag this decision into the mud. And we get family dem dey with other people dem wey don die don go na grave dem left this association credible one. Nobody no dey put am to the mud. So we dey say all lawyers wey willing until dem don prevent now for pay, we dey advise you for make dem go pay. Na make we don call them the AG, we don call them the NIB. But I wan for assure you say that day, that election, all lawyers wey willing for vote and for be voted for, believe me, dem dey take part from the election.
We'll
And they
continue
vote.
for do a follow up on this particular by election as we don't dey do, and as development dey unfold, we go dey bring account to you. That's now Alfonso Manley from Civil Rights Coalition, where they say SF the add voice to a press release where they call on the current executive for allow people them lawyers them we already get interest for be part of the AGM for go pay their subscription. Well, we go can now for take another issue inside the studio. We already get engineer Santigi Conte from Guma Valley Water Company, and also get Alimamila Hai Kamara, we na chief director of the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. Also, we can talk to we about preparations them concerning the presidential town meeting na Makeni. But then we go start with engineer Santigi Conte, Guma Valley Water Company. Guma Valley Water Company na the entity where government put for make sure say we get clean water, water we go able for do domestic drink and all that thing them for they reach you, they able forget all the time. And now we see say the one for make lay they say some side and they actually they waste water when they make lay water, no they go other side them where water for go, and they may don't they start with the new meter installation process we don't they carry on. But how this year so go work, we get the loss control manager, as I don't tell you, Santigi M. Conte. Good morning, Mr. Conte.
Good morning, Madam Odito. Good morning, Family.
Okay, so this water meter installation process, not only the first time this will done this year they happen at the country. Before now, we carry this new one now. We don't see even work, all water. What is the rationale behind this?
Well, actually, I will disagree with you say work matter.
We don't see host them. Me self go disagree with you say work because one we don't see host them where you go put and they people pull and they or something and go way bypass even una self the meter they not be the work I not say this new one the one they wanna be don't put first the initial one them. So how this go work?
Well, actually, we don't put measures in place for ensure say this one will work. First of all, we all understand say Guma Valley we deal on intermittent water supply. Of course, over the years then the demand on more than the supply. Before now, we all be small. We're not even used to the cans then, because if we would eat, we can just go to the tap, open the tap, drink water, but as urbanization rapidly they improve, the demand on so high, Guma Valley able to supply the customers then return all together at the same time. So we therefore go into intermittent water supply we can commonly call rationing. So now them meters there, as you dey say, they're mainly designed for 24 hours water supply, wherein the meter for always get water. So now you get certain areas there where, of course, then they challenge with water supply. So if the meters they install in the sometimes they're not even function well. So that's why the mistakes that will be to happen before we decide for correct them now with this new meter installation process that we do. Of course, through the development partners them, we don't receive about 2,120 meters where we decide for install. We get so many we don't faulty before we will get for replace. So these are the ongoing process now we Goma Valley they embark on for installing new meters.
Okay, so why important for the places them where get water supply they use meter?
I guess so many importance. So Guma Valley as a company, of course, to the public as well. Well, if I can start on the Guma side, we get what we call losses. We, of course, are the main function of the loss control unit for mitigate the loss. We get what we call real losses.
Yeah, losses in engineering, we can say that the physical loss we get for do with leakages. Sometimes the water we dey produce, not so all this water they go to the customers there. So along the line, that water we dey waste, we call am physical loss. We sometimes if really we're not able to control the losses there, we dey even get issues with the distribution system. We know to all customers they will get water. So these are some of the measures the way the meter get for control. Of course, another loss we get na the apparent loss wey that they get for do with commercial. Apparent loss na where we supply the water really to the customer, but we not bill am accurately. We have to understand everybody gets in way how we dey use water. Some people use water for water and garden, some man dey use water for washing vehicle, you know. So if there is no way we can able control this system, we get for still not dey get it right in terms of supplying water to everybody. But with meeting, when somebody don't aware say get meter, of course, locally people can think say if I be dey pay X amount after we I don't get meter, maybe I get for dey pay 4 or 5 times that X amount we have dey pay. So we all get to use strategies how we dey manage we finances. You know, everybody gets in budget. Like I don't get this thing way I use for pay water bill 170 euro as the case may be. So if they can install meter now, I normally exceed 2 times or 3 times that. So if they don't know say they get meter na in house or in premise, they get for know how we dey use water. So that in a one way you dey help Guma Valley because if
But
you don't
again,
get
but again, engineer, we fix meter, so commit them they take close to near months for many will get water. They go fix meter and whether meter get for the pay, not the meter that I go the charge you go there for the pay. So how somebody will get meter, then the pump water then they run there.
well actually all those are being in place now. Now then new meters they are already installed. We not just install them for install sake. We get targeted areas then where we talk about the pumping areas. Like I will give example like Wilberforce. Most of the residents of Wilberforce they get water through pumping. You know that area in a hilly area where we get to pumping house, spoiled reservoir, where we pump the water to the main reservoir and Governor's Lodge, then we can distribute by gravity. You even get some other customers where directly connected on the pumping units. So we targeted areas in it because we know say water supply system very much adequate in such areas then. We get other areas that we know to pumping in a highly pressurized area. I can give you like stadium. Stadium area Bismarck Johnson Street, Rasmussen Street. Now areas that we highly pressurized because the main transmission trunk that they pass. So any obstacle we get within that area they be fully pressurized. So we the targeted areas that they. Thirdly, we talk about the water packaging then. Of course, the meter installation now a way for generate revenue for Guma Valley as well. And we not intend for invest a lot of money on the meters there. Then we just go install them half-assedly just like that. We dey expect to get returns. So that's why we dey ensure say we install the meters there, places the way we know say we dey get huge returns. So the thing of installing meters then before on areas the water supply challenge is not like that.
So what about street taps there, street pump then? How not get for do or that they all capture inside this system when there for roll out?
Well, yes, because now the street taps them, stakeholders then within the communities then be like it's the business they are running. You know, back then, PSPs then they were free. People not be pay. But you know how people will mismanage them PSPs there and the communities them. So now we not just install PSPs them just like that. We need a community stakeholder or a whole body when it comes to Guma Valley, make a request for them PSPs there. So when we install them, then get for the collect small money from customers then. So sometimes we can get feedback from people in the community like the rate really they take from them is very high and waiting them they pay to Guma is very minimal. So that's why sometimes we can install meters them on PSPs there, so we go able account for the volume of water when they flow into that PSP day. We self they go quantify and based on waiting the stakeholders and they pay, then we go able advise.
Yeah, I don't think so if Sanoma they get the facility and no one for pay. Because look at that with EDSA. Some people they buy support for the months. Now only two things we will enjoy lifestyle community. No more they get for about that support back. So now the same thing back and men can be as Uma and the roll out the meters there. So I think people can get the services. I don't think they go the one for the team and Guma water.
No, well, to be honest with you, we are all Sierra. You know how sometimes we Sierra it can be when it comes to paying our dues. You understand? So that's why you cannot guarantee. We do it best for supply water to people. And like I tell you, the meter installation, they get a big goal for play to the customers there. Because if me use forget water with high pressure on a new house, before I not get meter, I can use the water anyhow. Sometimes I can just open the tank, maybe water the good and the tank you don't full. I don't even care for close the tank. But actually, when you get meter, you know say you get for pay for any extra water wey you waste also. By the time you close that tap, all that pressure will be kind of you premise. They get for be diverted to another customer. So by so doing, we dey build the distribution system where even some people will use forget very low pressure or no water supply at all. I would say there will be the still water supply because we dey control the distribution system.
Alright, so now one for put meter at different places, premises, the host side the one owner self will gain income and also go want for making the people that they use the water for save water. So Boku place then they especially in Afriton, water no they go inside the compound then na street the connection tap as you go see then get other small pipe where they go choke for lock am or they open am all man can get put bucket and then go outside then toilet. Then how una dey for do them places then they for making the water actually enter people in compound dem.
Well, there comes again the point of building pressure on the distribution system. Like I said initially, we know the install meter outside the customer premise because now the customer responsibility to protect this meter. So if the customer not dey get water inside premise, there is no need for install meter at the time, except we get for do some development then within that area they ensure say customers that they get water supply inside the houses then before we install meter. So if there is any area where they get challenged with the water supply, we people they cannot do on the gutters and forget water. Of course, we Goma Valley not going to install meter at such areas, except we develop that area, they ensure say the water supply don't improve, then we can install meters. Then
Usa don't start with this metering system.
we don't start now with Buffers community.
Mm.
Yeah, different areas then within the Buffers. We don't start since last week actually.
Okay.
Last week Thursday.
Mm.
Yeah.
So like the east of the town also go for Gode.
Sure. These the meters here we come we install in all the three areas then east, west, and center. We just get specific areas then we will concentrate on, taking into consideration the pressure and the water supply system within that area there. So
So
that's
how
why
sure people then go be for no say when they can fix the meter then now water go they come inside and compound them. Not to like where it will be now that's on side way people then they send letter for let them go pay then 1 month water not come inside.
we dey do a survey where we get you guys then at the field. We they give you feedback on how the water supply system in the like areas then. Why mainly we take Wilberforce as the starting point. I was an area engineer. I worked my Wilberforce, and I know how the networking at Wilberforce exactly which side people they constrain, which side water supply system adequate. So in I need for us person. So make we take yonder as the starting point. But subsequently, for installing at the other areas, them like central, like east, we dey do a survey and ensure say this particular customer they really get water supply before we go install the meter and premise. So that's how we go about this installation process.
All right, we'll come back to you. Let me take some break and take some commercials, them, and we will come right back. And where we come, we can talk to Alimami Lahai Kamara from the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. Go for a short break.
Mommy, you know they tire for see them picking them here they play all time. Like they don't get nothing for do. Mama, yeah, how for do? My young boy picking self they play all time. But now it look better small. So what you do when it change? And make it begin use learning passport for study. What's not this learning passport? Well, learning passport now one app where the Ministry of Basic Education with support from UNICEF don't come with, and it gets past question and answer where they make them easy for we begin them for study and pass exams. Look, now the learning passport me for what they use for study and it a try small. Well, it's not a big opportunity for we begin them. Me self go try get this learning passport so that me Bobo will get all the past exam questions and answer the way in need. Go to Google Play Store now and download the MBSSE Learning Passport for free. You know they pay anything. Mama, Papa, let we help with picking them forget the Learning Passport app. By this, we go help for prepare them well for the exams. Use the Learning Passport app today and pass the exam tomorrow. This message comes from the Ministry of Basic Education with support from UNICEF.
Education free, not school. Send your picking go, mama.
If you look for best betting experience, register with 1xBet today and enjoy when you register with 1xBet. I say, then we'll give you 200% bonus by your first deposit. And when you complete your registration, side it, we then go ask you for put your official promo code. Just put AMS232. 1xBet, try get on your phone. 1xBet get fine game them, like casino game, card game, and they all get sober winning. They get football, basketball, tennis, and boku other one them with live updates. Register with your phone and make sure say you register with valid ID card. And when you done your registration, screenshot them for Bambai. You can withdraw and deposit with Colats, with Orange Money, Afri Money, 1xBet Cash, MasterCard, or Visa Card. 1xBet, they sponsor La Liga, Serie A, League One, Confederation of African Football, and a partnership with FC Cologne. That not done, then get them brand ambassador them like Yemata, the Laughing Matter, Crack Twist and Zamza, Robino, the comedian, and plenty other one them. 1xBet, play on today, forget you're winning. And not forget to bet responsibly. The office the Lumley Beach Road by Empire Night Club. But if you don't able reach there, call on a telephone number 076 100 338 or 078 206 171. 1xBet, I'll win you this week.
Mina Almami Sanitation, I dey call on every Sierra Leonean. Let we continue for the listen to Morning Coffee, because Morning Coffee, it dey educate we, entertain we, they make we dey start with day. You get for listen to your radio. Your radio they give you all the information, let them know they tell you then say, especially Morning Coffee. It dey make I dey feel fine as I don't watch the morning. I get me information, nobody no go tell me again. From Morning Coffee, I dey get what it take for last start me day. This information from sanitation. Now we all for make we own contribution towards this nation. Sanitation are one of the motivating factors we go make we day we no get sick. You don't listen to Morning Coffee live from SLBC Radio FM 99.9. Now broadcasting house na Freetown. We SLBC regional station them and we partner radio station they all about the country. Radio station they like a Voice of Women Amatrujon. Radio station they like a Universal Radio FM 98.9 na Freetown. Tongo Radio 107.5 FM na Tongo Phil, Loa Bambara Chief na Kenema District, Jalwa Community Radio na Shegwema, Voice of Bambara na Pendemu, Radio Jala na Jala University, Radio Bankasoka na Potloko, Radio Bontiko na Bonchabwela, Radio Kori FM 103.3 na Tayamas, 107.1 FM, Voice of Youth na Songo, and Radio Sawa 101.3 FM na Soa Chief na Kono District, Zimi Radio na Mapele Pujong, Radio Wanjama na Pujong, Voice of Kisitongi Radio FM 97.7 na Boedutong, Kailaon District, Solena Agriculture Radio FM 92.7, Boedu na Kailaon, Mogbema Agriculture Radio FM 106.9 na Blama, Small Boat Chiefdom, and Kisibendu Radio na Koindu Kailaon Sef, Daily Morning Coffee.
Welcome back to the program. Now, Morning Coffee with you live na SLBC FM 99.10 at Future, regional station them, and personal station them all about the country. Pambul, if you want for be part of the program, also you can go on our Facebook platform and just type SLBC Radio 99.9 and you will send a comment and any of the questions where you want for said, the guests then go answer the question. Now we will go to another story. Now we'll be done at the line inside the annual presidential town meeting this week. It will take place inside Kenema, inside McKinney, where on Tuesday, 30th June. The president will answer to question them from citizens across the country on issues that have to do with governance, the tripartite, global development, and in legacy then so far where it don't do it for them. Well, this program also that the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, now in the roster where we bring together the government people have also say the aim for their engagement is also they want to take the government close to the people as presidents we don't promise for take governance to the doorstep of every Sierra Leonean. But we'll talk more on that today on the town hall meeting we did with the chief director of the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, we Almami Lahai Kamara. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Thank you, Ibrahim Samuel and David.
And this time we can talk in different capacity.
Correct.
So congratulations.
Thank you, brother. Thank
So
you,
now,
brother.
now we could talk about this conference, the town hall. How are you relevant to the people of Sierra Leone?
Very relevant, Ibrahim. The bar, the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. If he gets mandate, if he gets an agenda, we have the five game changer. They don't do plenty work. We contending some people are aware of, some not aware of. They have to say people get a lot of questions around the work with the bar work. So we think to say that the proper attendees for put the bar inside an arena where the public will get access to that and ask them questions concerning the work with the work. But first, make the bar self use the opportunity for inform Sierra Leoneans about the work with the work around the economy, around agriculture, around education, around energy, around infrastructure. So the bar gets a lot to talk about. Things that where young governments, young ministers don't implement on your behalf. And we as a people and as a country forget the opportunity for relate to that. Ask them questions. All of these are part of what we call a civic model of democracy. Whereby the public, they get what we call public reasoning, for able to appreciate so far what has been done on their behalf, and waiting them thing to say, they don't do it on their behalf. Because when you come up from the public, there's test, without any intermediary, we think to say the best approach that way. But there's a face the bar and ask questions, all into account, and say, you will say this, what about this? How far you don't go around this? So, nobody, not for mediate. This is not a mediated message. This is a direct conversation with the president on in 1 year stewardship of the country. And we at the ministry, now for create this kind of platform, who say Sierra Leoneans get access to the president and discuss with him. Ask the president, ask the leader. So basically that is what they do.
Alright, so when I don't start on our preparations them and when I don't get invitations out, either for dinner at the hall, either not for dinner at the hall. But how una do for make a cut across make people them go be represented well at the hall.
You remember say we call them a national event. It's a national event. In that we only locate and Makeni, not mean to say the power they go address the people of Makeni. They go talk to the people of Makeni. We will also be doing a Kenema.
and they go on a free tour. So what would they do? Now for geographically invite people across the country, we get a matrix. USA will sit down and say, okay, let's bring, for example, 50 people now pass as per district. Then people come on at the different districts there. We all can meet up inside McKinney and then attend this event. Because that way you make a representative and you make a national. So what again we do? And for connect questions then across the country, we send people and go across the districts then. Go ask people then. If you happen say you didn't at the all, or what kind of question you will let for ask the president. And we'll give them the themes because sometimes you want for guide person say, okay, we group the areas them, who start you want people to ask questions, who start the past say it will work. The 5 key game changer, agriculture, food security, electricity, energy, education. If you happen for interact with the president, for that area there, who say you go out for ask question and waiting will be your question. So you ask, then we record you. So that's why we take samples of questions across the country, and then we will edit all of those questions now, package them in themes. All questions around the economy, put on one side. All questions around food security, put on one side. All questions around education, capital human development, put on one side. So that when we go inside that all, we will get them whose side. We will play them questions here for the president, making respond to in people. That's the one. For we were there inside the all, we also get opportunity for ask the president question. Because we know say, it cannot be a direct democracy. We all go, in Greece, we all go meet up, for example, at stadium and then talk. Because we boku, because of size and space. So direct democracy, not democracy. Apart we represent ourselves. So that make we get representations across the country. So we were fortunate for Cam and McKinney, inside that all day. We still forget the opportunity for ask questions. Just like they were not fortunate for CAM, where we don't collect their own question, their own localities there. So that kind of platform there we don't create, so that we make a more participative.
And mommy, the way we do that, Kenema, we see the kind of people that be so eager for welcome the president, and if we don't get a question or talk to the president, the 11th hour, they feel so disappointed when they say the president, nobody will make them up, or our ministers. So this time we don't get the president in consent. Say, Mr. President, June Tuesday coming, you can go talk to the people in McKinney, and also use the opportunity to talk to the entire Sierra-Leoneans.
We want to make Sierra-Leoneans no stay. The president's itinerary, not the Ministry of Information and Controller. Even on this one, the president don't consent. In fact, now we are State House Communications. Now we are the planning. Yesterday, we had a meeting with State House Communication, now Ministry of Information. So we all can sit down and discuss the philosophy around this event, look at the plans, them all what we don't do, and examine them as I speak today. An advanced team not left yesterday. Today again, the State House team will join with advanced team and ministry, na McKinney, also go connect the dots, look at all of the, like an event planning. All the two don't say what they do. All the generators there, make an assessment of them, make an assessment of the all. In fact, we also can take our technicians for helping with the ACs then. They all get about 6 ACs, but we also don't take 10 standing ACs them where would the care go. Just for go deploy them and make sure say, so we all are inside the planning. So you need to say that in itself is a commitment that the president they attend.
I want to ensure openness. We can to the question because now they not to secret. Or not to say McKinney, like the opposition stronghold. So I want to ensure so open. Then people will ask the kind of question when they want to talk to the president. One of the things because opposition are limit time, maybe 4 or 5 questions. Then that is the end. The president will get a handful time and talk to the people in there.
As I speak to you, the essence of the event, not to make the president address the people of McKinney. This is not for address the people of Sierra Leone, for talk to them, it's a discussive space outside we go interact with the president. So whether I am a stronghold, it no matter at all. Waiting matter na that the president, they go to McKinney for talk to Sierra Leoneans. So they use McKinney as a platform for make the president interact with Sierra Leoneans. So we don't send all invitations across the country. So it not necessarily mean to say now everybody in McKinney will populate the hall. But it means to say the measurement we use for invite people in Abo, Kenema, that same thing they can use back for invite people in McKinney.
So you want to go there host.
So that kind of number,
So-
self will attend
so-
the
so-
events inside McKinney.
So like the one that go there host now, they listening from radio or maybe they follow through online. We say how they will get access for ask questions. So maybe they say go for ask questions.
If you dey follow the ministry, even in press conference, they won't keep all. We know say always opportunity there for online questioning. We not say the minister not agree for that. In fact, priority is given to you when they ask questions online. Always. That's what the minister dey do. If we go this UK stuff, it's the same thing. Always use sit on a host. In the comfort of your phone, they follow the program, you get opportunity to make them answer a question first. Than they are already inside the hall. So because the minister of can participate. So it like you not come physically. First, we encourage people not for camp. I mean, because of the number and the crowd, you can't forget a crowd control system. Because it's about the presidency and very particular about its safety and its security. And I think you still invitations don't go. So we they encourage people to follow the program on their phone and ask questions through their phone. So you when we don't invite we can at the hall, we want for them at the hall and be seated. All the protocols, everything done set.
And make provision maybe for civil society organizations and other youth
Certainly.
groups and other things, market two man then because let market two man then most of the time market then they part of the anybody they say the president they talk on radio, the president they say on TV. But you know, the opportunity that they say
Not this.
no, Mr. I will talk to the
This
president one
is
on one.
not a press conference. It's a town hall. The president they talk to the people of Sierra Leone. So in order to go sit down for answer a question to the pressman or to the CSO people, no. The president talk to the ordinary man, the market women, the bike riders. So all sectors in our society, we are invited. The representatives of them, the traditional people, the chiefs, the religious people, all the sectors, they are all invited. Because now then they feel, if anything that happen in terms of local governance, they feel the effect as we all. So once they for sit down inside that only and interact with the president, talk to the president, now they put on a power. So that access is created by way of asking the president's questions. So it's not an ambush, not a way of. So access is there. For that, not the number one thing we'll do. We don't circulate invitations. I see the brother Alfonso said they show you invitation where we don't get. So now, so we do for every people. Imagine you have over perhaps 100 CSOs. Can we invite all of them? The answer is certainly no. But you get representatives
later
of CSOs where you go invite. And at the same time for the media, we have about 500 press people, media people. Can we invite them all? Certainly no. But you get a representative of journalists them through slide where you go invite for meet up now the program. But again, this is not a press conference. Sometimes some journalists will say, hey, you're not allowing me for ask questions. That's not a press conference. This not the common man. That person will not get access to the minister, to the president, to authorities and government offices them, even to UDG. At first they get access to UDG now, SNBC. Journalists they get access to the DG, but that woman at Congo markets, they don't get access to them. So what forget the opportunity for making access to the president at that material time. This is very important. Because after that event, someone will say they're not allowed for talk. We in our media, we go there, we now ask we have the only people to account, the only president to account. That is not your event. As a journalist.
Okay. So on our ensure that Freetown saga will be happen. You know, we can Mike this time, happen this.
We learn from lessons them. Just as we expand, we grow in terms of what we do, now so we learn a lot. And so we think to say we don't learn with lesson, and all of that has been taken on board.
2 hours to 3 hours. Enough for many president go talk on issues, especially this in five game changers there because now wide areas agriculture, education, 2 or 3 hours will be enough.
All of that is again is on the desk of the president. And also just like a fruit on the last day we get like an event day. Now the president say if I let extend the time. So he also left with the prerogative of the president. I must say when the president interacts with the people, he can let's discuss. Because it's a family conversation. So you go reach a time when the president say no, let's extend the time because I want to interact more with the people. I mean, for a year, I don't do plenty. So now tell them what I don't do, and then answer the questions. So all thing after the question.
So it's not like the president go give the own report card.
Certainly on in 1 year stewardship. After I don't go. So that we will get the opportunity for evaluate time. It's public evaluation.
One critical area also no go tell for trouble when company tripartite. Lot of interpretation, lot of things already happen. It will be an opportunity for the president to respond to some of them. Consult like get through the tripartite.
Now they come under governance. It also be an opportunity. We don't collect a lot of questions again around the tripartite. We go for play. In fact, what they play, the president they see, for example, by Alpha inside Kamakwe. Now instead they ask the question for himself. Now they ask, but me I get concerned about the tripartite. Pam. They ask. And the president group all like question inside one category. He said, look at people on the tripartite now, so they don't talk. You answer, sir, and then he respond. So not for nobody they ask for in company, not to the minister. They ask for the people. No. You yourself as a common man, your question will be heard by the president and then answered.
All right, we will come back to you because one key thing we colleague talk about the timing, say if you go enough for the president, that 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours, but as you don't be assurance, say it left to the president by they see the conversation, maybe go give some people the opportunity for making it talk more to them. But then also you show you invitation Alfonso and Civil Rights Coalition. In fact, what in this mean to governance?
Well, firstly, it's very good. The first one I feel to me say we the planning team and worldwide. An open process, they be state managed. That one that will get to the Ministry of Civic Education. You see the one I feel some people they ask the question they were asked. And even that issue colleague me, the president is sit down, he say no, allow what they ask. The madam asking question and patiently the president respond. For let you see a whole president can't see those people there. For let them scrutinize them. They tell you say democracy they move. Now legacy president Biwa left. So that they can after them will continue for engage people there. Now the ministry they get any Tuesday press conference when they allow everybody journalists so you can ask any question what will happen that week or whose clarification you want. If the minister unable to clarify, go say the next press conference they can answer. So this they bring the people and government together. The thing that way people that go license a president will say, no, this na orders from above. You get the opportunity for the president to say, no, this order not come up from you. Next time when this thing be not listening this person. Like that feature, president, he asked them, what are these orders from above? All man sit down, so the minister, the chief minister, they all sit down. President, what are these orders from above? So, but maybe not can believe. Most of us, they can't tell me, say this orders from above, and they challenge you. Because president, you go here, put on a press release, a get presidential spokesman, a get a press secretary, you can't tell the public. But for them, just come on, you see now president, you say they clear that all the under. No. I would say, if president do have to go give instruction. So this is an opportunity. Now place like a McKinney for let everybody meet. And the president's insecurity also paramount. As they say that they take their measures then they. But I believe it's very good. And I want for appeal to the one the way they go. Ask you questions with respect. Ask you question in the way where His Excellency will respond. And last, thank to Ministry of Civic Education. This is well done.
All right, let me take some text messages and then we will come back to Una. Abdul Commander Namayamba said the Bar Association is on a lead by example. Say we, the lawyers, them don't that Bar Association, all man for protect in political rule for political party for the association. Say they not for bring politics into the bar association. Now in concern that one, the way it send this other one say the billing system where they want for put for water business, say it fine. They say but make sure say people them actually they get water for making them go able for go they pay the water bill them. But I say thanks to the video and Ibrahim Samoa for one they bring to we the morning coffee and say glad for be part of the last edition for this month. We this week, okay, Alfonso say you really try for the people of this country. Say, but any updates about the fuel pump price? Is say the people that they suffer now the interior. Is say in the hands of them bike riders, them Farmer Junior na Franconia na in they send this text message. He said this is a very good initiative. He said kudos to President Bio for where he talk to the people them. He say indeed he say from where he begin for talk to the people them, he say people that they glad for that. He say but way one time in the way he been lock a month for talk to people them, people not me happy. Say President continue for talk. Say let we know the kind good work them where they do. Say with the people in Makeni, they wait for receive you. Abbas stay na station road na Makeni send that text message. Abdul Joe Commander again. I say Makeni people say it's the opportunity for them to ask President about the 5-game changer education still get challenged. He say angry still plenty na the country. Go left the text messages and yeah, first we go come back and also take some other messages them as they get them. Yes, Alfonso, we will come to you. Well, what you make of the text messages?
Well, I want to tell the text at the thing, and I don't really get concern. Well, I also hasten for report to the public for say a fraction, they don't go courts with this issue. But let the court determine for say the bar association, this current executive where they tell done for publish the list of the one they for voting for be voted for. And if you remember all them talk the one below they talk, I don't talk anaya. Number 2, then don't go court for ensure say they get inclusive election. Since that date will be set for May 29th at the court of time for pay. Now because the election will be 5 and 6 of June. Now if you don't send until July 31st and August 1st, you for shift that date say back for allow people they for go pay. That's number 3. Number 2. Number 3, we're very important. They forget an independent person, for go conduct this election. And that person the way the party them for agree. For say yes, this committee is really independent for go conduct the election. Now make in the talk while they talk, I don't assure all lawyers. I say once you're a lawyer, me want for assure you say on that day they go vote. And I want for appeal. Like when somebody don't talk. The bar na credible institution, a noble institution. Lawyers and people that will get high respect for. Me says na they may last up the person sees advantage for me. The person will go talk for me na court, na lawyer. So I get much respect for them. So in this profession, but not only themselves and they manage we get that election day. Then now that statutory box them for represent me day. Because once na Sierra Leone they represent and me they represent, I get for ensure say that representation day, then forget free, fair, transparent election for ensure say that association the way they pick them, then for do that day. I want to call on this field. It's very important. Me are also the chairman for the CSO consortium on field. We don't put out a press release yesterday after we don't get extensive engagement with NPRA. Firstly, I want to tell people then for say the NPRA not frown for review fuel price. Then number 1. And secondly, we always now periodically then the reviewer because this is a sector is volatile. Today there is a fuel can down the plats, tomorrow there is a go up. If Iran now as we talk, so if Israel send bomb na Lebanon, things they change. So no one for to go back and forth. But what's not the good thing? We want for assure the public say the next review, good news go come up. But for also mindful say government be done they subsidize up to the tune of $1.6 million See where IMF frown at. Where IMF say no the story from the former government. When they always say rest so fear no not for subsidize. Government be don dey subsidize and wetin that dey mean? It means say this petrol they buy so 35. If government be say then they how the price will go up, that's not 42 for the bank. So when you go 35 and diesel 40, government freeze and day. Say whether I go up, when our government is subsidized. So if they don't freeze and day, it means that diesel they buy 40. That's where that price will go up. It pass 100% for don't buy diesel, pass 50 to 60 euros. But government will don't freeze at that one day. So now government will they subsidize. So this MOU Iran, America don't sign. Then they monitor about how far. So you say the next review, good news will come up. So they also tell the public, say let them disregard any false information where they go. You see this market.
So how long the review will take? Because already we don't see it don't calm down that the world market is very long calm down. And they say in fact speaking, they analyze, they say this thing the carry calm down. They say you know ever calm down story. So why pass and PR would say the time for review? Why they say no will come out? Because
so firstly,
the price can go up.
So firstly, what you for know, whenever there is a crisis, government a form committee. We need to NPRA normally. The committee they also include Ministry of Finance and NPRA. Professional, they will look at this issue. I also don't tell you say why is government they protect consumer, then they protect the investor there. We don't want in a situation where investor can go out fear, see happen, enable go out government, not the sell fear. In fact, government they buy fear. 100% of their already pan fear business now private investor there. So na Sierra Leone, so na international investor there. Government also get the responsibility for protect them business in the. You understand? Because I'll tell you wait, see also tomorrow you left to Azak, you go do business in Liberia. Now one community day, you go expect back government in Liberia for protect your investment. So government they look on both sides.
So now you call that.
But I want for
they call Duazak City. You call that Duazak City.
Okay, Duazak Fakai. Because the tell you not can fit to it and so many people.
Duazak City.
Yeah. So I want for assure you say the next review, even the Minister of Information don't give this yesterday, I believe see there will be a good news. But also for remember the public, for say when this field be they go up, when don't reach 35, government freeze and they. Remember say at the time when they come in, they only go to meeting, I think the chief director be there. He come in and they say no, petrol na 40 euros. Government say no. Before that government, when you look at the pricing formula, now them the tax they don't have for pay, they say they not pay some of their tax they. So you don't go to the tune of $1.6 million. Government says no gladly for buy petrol 35. Because government they buy for the motor car, then for the engine there. Then they buy. You be fair represent the now buy the bar. You have a Ministry of Information use SLBC. Now fear they can't go na fear now. So they affect government and the government they do not them money they. You understand? But again, this market we all know say NPRA be don't come up with a ceiling for say above which way not for sale. Now this crisis come. When this crisis come, government form a committee. We go beyond PRA and Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Trade. So I want for assure we say the next review we go hope for good news. But not that it is deliberate. You understand? Because government also want for protect the investor them. We don't invest in their business. So I believe say the next review will get good news for the people then. But we don't bring out the facts no more. Because we get the figures. Usas don't say able to tell you say the plots are so. Because NPRA gets and for matter of fact of call they say waiting at the price today. Not so crude oil with the deal with here. You know refined products. Some of them price that the people in the quotes now crude oil. We don't use crude oil now. Crude oil you get for refiner. It just start like banga. Not so banga me they go buy for red per mine. When you don't refine it can't it's all red per mine. That process for refine that banga they for red per mine. It get cost. So most of them cost tell people in the quotes now crude oil. The plants nobody not getting in this country. Few NPRA with some other OMCs and they get that. Because I buy the bar, not to train you go on the internet so you see. How they move on a daily basis, minute by minute, up and down. So NPRA committed because government says they buy fear. Now make we all engage them. Now we first go tell and say how this thing they can also. We will engage. And then say bring the reality on the table.
Alfonso, already in the studio they talk about the bar election. But also, you know, for say you get into education.
Yes.
Now you have mentioned one who don't say linked to education poor for one. And the baker we don't see when they don't prepare everything. But they see now, other timetable where they out. We if I be praying they confused. Now from the ministry,
So I want for categorically state say that timetable na fake. Me and the minister been there studying at AYV, Conrad Saki, that timetable na fake. Let me tell you, when timetable come out, that's tell you now, waiting the ministry don't decide. The Ministry of Information and Civic Education and they post on their website. Now, the people that so train that and get the ministry in stamp, then they fake the same signature just to cause mischief and mayhem. You go now they see so you never see on the ministry website. You never see on our WAEC website. You never see on our Ministry of Information. Now fake. Secondly, the Becker examination, now local examination, now internal examination. Government able to talk to that examination once in January, once in February, once in March. Now government they determine who's them. Unlike what's when an international exam will reach other 5 countries then. This now locally government say for 6 and March na March. Waiting why they do now for conduct the exam, who's them government wants. So in this case, when the minister cites logistics challenge, because of who reports will be right for that last Becker, we cite some of them challenging the more so that when I resist and they get this exam. So when we go review, when the ministers dealt in team, including the chief education officer, there was a need for now get adequate logistics so we're able to conduct credible examination. So when you transition from junior to senior secondary school, you cannot be questioned. So that exam day, now the minister say no, because of this, let's shift it to this date, July 6th. And from that July 6th, they don't know when they start. But who subject you will get the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, I believe say latest by today, maybe WAEC will not get the timetable. So just go Facebook, you type Ministry of Information, as far as you begin Ministry of Information, in the pop-up, where you see on the website, you see the timetable down there. And when the timetable come on, me say self go, if not now online, I will talk, they say this timetable don't come also, now the real timetable, but how they make round so, now fake, then people they go begin to sell question them. Now they pull that timetable there, so you go believe them, go begin to take, say, get question for sell them, but not doubt ACC Scorpion squad. Then they now on the look, then they now on red alert, they watch for them kind of time and they, and you get information, we post they tell, say, get one question, say, yes, scout them, make sure say at the same time we say scout and call ACC. Because I saw President Cesar don't say exam malpractice. It don't raise to the highest level where they are above exam. So when you see them not begin pulling timetable and then go meet parents, they say timetable they go for pull out, don't pull out, get some, all everything that inside it. Believe for the same timetable I put so, now they are get for pull. So when the thing leak now, minister wants to that. So there I want for appeal. In fact, this will make you go study more. Your own business now for wait for the government say or WAEC say now so subject to you on the 6th, on the 7th at least. Once that they be done, with the post on the website of the information, with the post on our education website, with all other credible platform them. But I will tell you that time table is yesterday, not now Ministry of Information then page. So now that's one for appeal for say and the fear I want for big people there. The next review, good news will come on.
Also the next week.
Well, you know, saying on a monthly basis, and they go and sometimes this month they go meet by Monday or Tuesday. That time, say, with SLBC for gets an hour, they cover story now, FPI always.
But you go count down.
So if I say for be hopeful, now that name is say hopeful.
It's a good news.
I say good news, I not say bad. You understand? You don't say if you go watch posting results, you go watch, I not tell any grade, but say good news. What's that post they no say? I pass. But if you watch it, say, hey, this thing not final, you know, say, but I say good news. With the hope, say, we will get good news on the
Alright,
review.
so let we left you for now, Alfonso Manley. Let we also hear you from other yes, them what necessarily make up the text message. But I add one or two. We don't come. This one say, Kumavali water coming, say, then they try, say, better pass the one that really be light. Say, first time, say, they pump them, you know, they lock, say, because you see plenty, yalla 5 gallon different back pan. And then each junction and people they fetch for water. I say, but now we know they see that at all. So but I want to also know about the local reservoir, that dam where they still and they make how far they don't go about that for we they get enough water for free tongue and or smart like Congo tongue send other ones say make the people and pay for water. I say plenty them and the way people they waste water and to say talk me say woman need money for treat the water dem wey we dey drink. Shekuti Darami na God reach. Other ones say the fuel dealers then they really run business against the people of the country. Say so sad. It's make the try for help we. Moiba Jojembi Nabo. They say that text message will come out say the people in the train for transport business na upline. Say na true text message that one day say the bike man them because transport no dey then just they charge how much money they feel. Say and people in a longer distance they can therefore go. Say and that one day they affect people. They say yeah, transport ministry say una put here for make people and get some means of transportation and they add to reach communities there and make them they look how they sell fuel and how the bike man them when they reach their side and they charge people them about Senam from Boydu. They say we want fuel price for reduce because we want ordinary citizens them say they suffer na the hands of them bike riders them and the drivers them. What about you, we will have the text messages then there for now. Quick one before we come
Yes,
to
thank
the
you. When you see the interest in the public concerning the presidential town hall, I mean, it don't increase because we all know say an opportunity for talk to the president, an opportunity for ask him. A lot of things don't happen where the president, I mean, where they don't implement a lot of roads, bridges where the president don't construct in the last 10 months or so. So the president gets plenty information. So what address unions, talk to the public then about what you don't do. And we serve as unions then, I think this is the finest opportunity for all the presidents to account. You know, we don't ambush the president, but we want to hear from them and also ask questions. We all work now the ministry, even the state house communication. Now for put the president to sit down in your own comfort and listen to the people and answer questions and where the people and they ask them. So this now one of the best term this in the democracy of the state. And I think this way the president self don't put priority back. And I think this way this government is credited for able for interface with the public so that information gap not for exist at all. Just like when I posed on the talk regarding the fear issue. Because now when you get information gap, people don't know what's in the happen, rumor they come inside, then fake news will take the center stage. So for we, the opportunity for getting rid of all of the rumor, all of the fake news them around the presidency, we instead serve hearing from the public and then answer. I don't say it, perhaps questions around fear, self-coca inside it.
Because indeed, because
exactly.
people in the text
Because
of the
instead of
region,
you to answer
they say they suffer.
exactly. So you get for inside, and you know we're hearing from the presidency, and also we're hearing about the subsidy where the presidency they offer in that respect, so that we all know say the government that encumbra nature that's still part of that.
But Almami, what I don't get are all the comments and anything that people get for how the president get for act on them. Because no for job will listen to people then people will give suggestion and other thing. But in fact, when they come, they see maybe after 1, 2, or 6 months, they see the amount of implementation.
The presidents they go tell the public what he don't do, and then the public ask some questions and around what the presidents don't tell them. Things that when they get doubts back, they ask the president explain to them. Things that where any minister or any ministry wait for take action upon, I mean the world go did it. If nothing ever for do with information or what we they do as Ministry of Information, we will think to say we for do. Now also good opportunity for go hear from the public. I mean it could be critique, it could be praise, it could be just ordinary question for people all know. Because perhaps something that we don't do, we know things say we don't get it right. Or some man thing to say we not serve them in the way how we want for people to serve them. But if we hear from them, we will learn say, I think we need to do this for serve particular set of people in a particular district. So again, opportunity for the ministries then, the respective ministers then, for make we all go learn from the public, for hearing from them. But I think the way we think say we don't get it right, where in the eyes of some members of the public, we don't get it right. So again, this we all go learn. We all go, you know, we direct, we focus to areas that we think to say the public wants to make we do more. So for we, the opportunity now for make the presidency done and really from the people. I mean, these are the best opportunities, and this are waiting civic democracy they preach about. Participate in government, participate in governance, and that's one for increase. We now for make the civic space be narrowed. This is an opportunity for expand the civic space, continue for increase public participation in governance. So we all go take ownership of the government, take ownership of what the government they do, and also increase the power in legacy.
Alright, that's na Alimani Lahai Kamara, Chief Director of the Ministry of Information and Civic Education. We talk about the presidential town hall meeting wey for take place na Makeni on Tuesday, 30th June, and waiting get for happen day. Well, we go also hearing now from Engineer Santigi M. Conte from Guma Valley Water Company. Engineer, what do you make of the text messages then?
We tell Campbell plenty thank you for the text there. Of course, one text that we ask about the Ivaokel project. Of course, the Ivaokel project is in place. We don't do all the studies then, but say now big projects we need a lot of money, you understand? So Guma Valley will work with the donor partners them and see how we go put that in action. Another text that they say Guma Valley they try if we ensure say they get adequate water supply, of course, which we are doing through this meter installation, as I said earlier on. This meter installation will really control how people will use water wisely, because taking into consideration how people only use water, they waste water, So because people will pay small amounts of money for this water, and we know they measure this water. But now through this meeting, say now what you consume at the end of the month, now in Guma Valley for charge you for. So at least everybody will be conscious of how we use water. Now I mean they talk about how this meeting really help the customers there in Guma Valley as well. Of course, we are a government institution, we now through the monies that we customers that they pay Guma Valley, Guma they able to run the operations there. So if customers do not pay, then it's difficult for Guma to operate. So now, these meters then they guide Guma Valley for billing customers accurately.
This meter system, yeah, so it don't work in other countries when I say I'm like a peer education for we self implement and salon.
Fantastic. I will tell you, say 6 weeks ago, we managing director within Budapest on this water institution discussions. Then we Budapest now one city we then self we just be like Sierra Leone. We get challenge with water supply system, But the introduction of meeting, it really don't help that country now we are in. They generate huge revenues for run the system, So that's not the same thing we try for replicate in the future. We try for talk to the public, because we get challenges right now. Anyways, we could say because some people how they don't use water waste then they still say this meter are like a threat to them. So we get for talk to the public, not so by force. We encourage people for handle the meters there with two hands, because it helps the public, it helps Guma Valley. We don't get some challenge with other big institutions the way some of them they even request you for write them official letter for which we do. And now Guma Valley we don't embark on doing flyers, just for sensitize people.
If somebody go put this meter and I host the poil and the cow them the poil and before, what thing get for happen?
Well, if somebody damage the meter willfully, of course Guma gets a charge where they charge the customer. First of all, when the meter you misplace the meter, like theft issues, the customer is responsible. Now you get for pay for the meter. That's why now you the guide we who say we for install the meter inside the premise. So now you right for secure the meter. If anything wrong with them, if the meter gets faulty along the way, it's our responsibility to ensure say we fix the meter. If it is beyond fixing or maintenance, then we can replace the meter. So that's why I will tell you, say, initially we will install the meters there, it be like state. So some customers then will even ask questions. Now we see the installation pattern won't change. Initially, I explained about the meters. They are very sensitive devices that we are in. They always need for the water day around them 24 hours. So that's why now we get like a U shape. Before, when we install meters then, the meter is in the same line with the service connection pipe. Where if the supply cut off. You know, we are in this intermittent water supply. There is high tendency for let the meter get faulty because you don't deepen the meter when you don't get water here. So it will make it a malfunction. So meters then can get constant reading. So meters then can just go off. You know, so that's why we create this mechanism where you now it's a usually wherein the meter is below the service connection line. So even if the supply cuts off, you know, it gets a small slope wherein water will always be within the meter. So by the time they open the supply in that area again, it's not just a continuation process.
All right, we go left and so for today. Once the plenty thank you, Engineer Santigi M. Conte, when I the lost control manager and Aguma Valley Water Company. We go take back body.
This.
Okay, guys, thanks.
You say many platform will give me I take over. That's clean, bro. You see me go. Totally way you stay no give no make it better.
Yeah.
That happened, that model is party as most humble Africa.
That party they will laugh and that's meant too long for. It's like I'm Africa. It's Africa. Everybody know political party very rough.
Somebody can move because of the alpha political.
The coming when you can say how you look for. If you see well, now this number will get them for the edition of the program Morning Coffee. We meet you live from Salon Broadcasting Corporation. Before I go, I remember it says when we come out from Nathaniel Johnson with now action speak now what I say fall white, you white. Well, thank you so much to my colleagues then this morning. We get technical support from William Knuckles. We get from Samuel Bangura Facebook live stream and also Jiga Siste Sally Futama and Ahmed Kamara, DJ Goldfinger, and to all we correspondent then, regional stations then, and we party station. We always the link with Morning Coffee. One say thank you. Well, for wishing a lovely weekend. So till next week by God power. My name na David Agaba. And me comfy.
Ibrahim Samuel also have hotel tech it. David and the don't text throughout the week.
Yes,
they
sure.
made the program just so spicy. They ask questions. I hotel on thank you and contribute to the program. Morning Coffee they return back Monday with fresh story and hard story then from the communities. Then goodbye.